In the vast silence of cosmic darkness, a celestial visitor approaches. The scientific community calls it 3-Eye Atlas, an interstellar object passing through our solar system. But what modern telescopes see as a comet, ancient wisdom recognizes as something more profound, the herald of transformation. For centuries, indigenous wisdom keepers have spoken of a time when the heavens would send a blue star, a messenger that would signal humanity's transition into a new era of consciousness. This isn't merely coincidence, it's convergence. The alignment of scientific observation and spiritual prophecy is rare and profound when it happens. Edgar once said, "The stars are the windows of heaven, where the souls of those gone before look down and signal to guide those below." His words, spoken decades ago, resonate with unusual power today as Atlas traces its path across our skies. What makes this celestial visitor extraordinary isn't just its origin beyond our solar system, but the timing of its arrival. It comes at a critical juncture in human history, when technology has advanced our reach while spiritual connection has waned, when we speak to satellites but have forgotten how to listen to the earth. The ancient Hopi teachings speak of the blue star Kachina, the harbinger that would appear before the Great Purification. They describe this cosmic messenger not as a threat, but as a reminder, a celestial mirror reflecting back to humanity what we have become and what we must remember. The astronomy data is clear. 3-Eye Atlas isn't dangerous in the physical sense. It won't strike our planet or cause material catastrophe. Yet its significance transcends the material realm. In spiritual understanding, its presence in our skies serves as an activation code, a signal to the dormant cosmic memory within human consciousness. Consider how this celestial body was discovered through the collective effort of our most advanced technologies. Yet its meaning was foretold by those who studied the stars with nothing but naked eyes and open hearts. Science measures its velocity and composition, while ancient wisdom measures its message. This is the beautiful paradox of our time. The most cutting-edge astronomical observations now confirm what indigenous elders have sung about for generations. The blue messenger arrives not to be feared, but to be witnessed, a cosmic punctuation mark in humanity's spiritual evolution. For those with eyes to see, Atlas carries encoded light frequencies that speak directly to the cellular memory of human beings. These are not frequencies that can be measured by instruments, but rather felt through the awakened heart, vibrations that remind us of our cosmic origins. Tomorrow, October 29th, marks the closest approach of this interstellar visitor. While astronomers will track its trajectory with precision instruments, spiritual seekers understand that the true event is not happening in outer space, but within the inner cosmos of human consciousness. The purification that begins tomorrow isn't a physical catastrophe, but a subtle yet powerful shift in awareness. It's the initiation of a process whereby humanity begins to remember what it has forgotten, that we are not separate from the cosmos, but expressions of it. This remembering may feel uncomfortable at first. Just as physical purification often involves discomfort before wellness, soul purification requires facing the shadows we've created, both individually and collectively. The light of Atlas illuminates these shadows, not to condemn, but to heal. What science sees as a comet, indigenous wisdom recognizes as a teacher. Where astronomers measure distance, spiritual traditions measure meaning. This convergence of perspectives isn't contradictory, but complementary. Two languages describing the same profound reality. The arrival of Atlas isn't random, but rhythmic, part of a cosmic pattern that has guided Earth's spiritual evolution for millennia. Ancient star maps and prophecies didn't predict this visitor through calculation, but through connection, a deep attunement to the cosmic heartbeat that modern humanity has forgotten how to hear. As you look toward the skies tomorrow, remember that you're witnessing more than an astronomical event. You're participating in a moment of cosmic significance that transcends scientific categorization. The blue messenger comes bearing light codes for those ready to receive them. We now live in what indigenous wisdom keepers call the fourth world, an era characterized by unprecedented technological advancement, yet profound spiritual amnesia. This paradox defines our time. We can communicate across continents in milliseconds, but have forgotten how to commune with the earth beneath our feet. The fourth world isn't merely a period in linear time, it's a state of consciousness. It represents the furthest point of separation between humanity and its cosmic origins, the apex of forgetting who we truly are. In this world, we have mistaken information for wisdom and accumulation for fulfillment. Consider the noise that surrounds us daily, not just the physical cacophony of machines and devices, but the inner noise that drowns out the subtle whispers of soul and spirit. We are bombarded with stimuli, saturated with data, yet starving for meaning. This is the hallmark of the fourth world: abundance of everything except what truly nourishes. The ancient texts describe this time with remarkable precision. They spoke of an age when humans would walk with their eyes downward, disconnected from the stars that once guided them. They prophesied a time when people would speak more to manufactured devices than to the living beings around them. This wasn't condemnation, but observation, a recognition of the necessary valley humanity would traverse before its ascension. What makes this period both challenging and sacred is its purpose. The fourth world serves as the dark night of humanity's collective soul, the necessary forgetting that precedes the profound remembering. Just as a seed must be buried in darkness before it can reach toward light, human consciousness needed this immersion in materiality to fuel its spiritual rebirth. The disharmony we witness around us, environmental degradation, social fragmentation, spiritual confusion, isn't evidence of failure but of completion. The fourth world is fulfilling its purpose, bringing to full manifestation the consequences of separation consciousness, so that we might finally transcend it. The 3I Atlas comet arrives as this world reaches its culmination. Its blue light illuminates not just our night sky, but the completion of a cycle. The fourth world is not being destroyed, it's being graduated from. This graduation isn't automatic, however. It requires conscious participation, a willingness to release the patterns, beliefs, and attachments that defined this era. Listen carefully to Earth's voice during this transition. What conventional science interprets as random climate patterns, indigenous wisdom recognizes as intentional communication. The planet isn't broken. It's speaking in increasingly urgent tones, using wind, water, fire, and earth to deliver its message. These aren't natural disasters, but natural responses to the dissonance created by humanity's forgetting. The ancient Hopi teachings speak of a time when rivers will run red, when the Earth's waters would reflect the imbalance in human hearts. Look at the state of our oceans, lakes, and rivers today. They physically manifest the contamination in our collective consciousness. Yet this reflection isn't punishment, but illumination. The Earth showing us what must be purified. Similarly, the increasing instances of fire across the planet, wildfires of unprecedented scale and intensity, mirror the imbalanced fire element within human consciousness. The ancient wisdom teaches that fire transforms through release, consuming what no longer serves so that new growth becomes possible. These planetary fires aren't just destroying, they're preparing ground for renewal. The air element speaks through increasingly volatile weather patterns. Wind doesn't just move physical particles, it carries information, intention, and energy. The shifting air currents and atmospheric anomalies we're witnessing aren't chaotic, but choreographed. Earth's breath becoming more pronounced as it helps disperse old energetic patterns and distribute new frequencies of consciousness. At the heart of the fourth world's completion is a fundamental reorientation of values. We've reached the limits of what acquisition-based consciousness can provide. The pursuit of more wealth, more power, more resources, more entertainment, has revealed itself as an insatiable hunger that consumes without nourishing. This recognition isn't failure, but awakening, the necessary disillusionment that precedes authentic transformation. The noise of the fourth world serves a purpose beyond distraction. It creates the contrast necessary for humanity to once again value silence. Only in the extremity of disconnection can we fully appreciate reconnection. Only through forgetting can remembering become so sweet and necessary. As Atlas approaches its closest point to Earth, it catalyzes this completion process. Its interstellar origins carry frequencies untouched by Earth's current patterns, offering a pure reminder of cosmic harmony. These vibrations don't impose change, but invite resonance, calling forth what has always existed within human DNA, but has long been dormant. The Great Purification that begins tomorrow isn't the end of humanity, but the end of amnesia. It initiates the completion of the fourth world and the birth of the fifth, not through destruction, but through remembrance. This transition requires our conscious participation, our willingness to release attachment to the familiar patterns of separation and reclaim our birthright of cosmic connection. As we stand at this cosmic threshold, we must remember that we are not alone in this great awakening. Ancient wisdom across civilizations speaks of beings who have watched over humanity's evolution, cosmic elders who seeded consciousness on Earth and have maintained their vigilant care across the ages. These aren't extraterrestrial invaders from science fiction, but elder brothers and sisters of consciousness, the Watchers, the Star People, the Pahana of Hopi prophecy. Their return isn't a physical landing of spacecraft, as modern imagination might expect. It's far more profound, the reactivation of their frequency within human consciousness. The Star Brothers return not from distant galaxies, but from the dormant regions of our own DNA, where their wisdom has been encoded since the dawn of humanity. The 3-eye Atlas comet serves as a cosmic trigger for this reawakening. Its blue light carries specific frequencies that activate these dormant codes within those who are receptive. This isn't mystical fantasy, but vibrational science. The understanding that consciousness responds to specific light frequencies, just as plants respond to specific wavelengths for growth and flowering. Throughout human history, there have been individuals who maintained conscious connection with these cosmic elders. Medicine people, mystics, visionaries who could access this higher wisdom. They were not special or separate from humanity, but simply remembered what others had forgotten. Now, as Atlas approaches, this remembering becomes available not just to the few, but potentially to the many. The ancient texts describe this time as the thinning of the veil, a period when the artificial boundaries between dimensions of consciousness become more permeable. During this window, the wisdom of the Star Brothers becomes more accessible to ordinary awareness. Dreams intensify, synchronicities multiply, and many experience spontaneous memories of cosmic origins that transcend their current lifetime. This remembering often begins with a feeling, an inexplicable nostalgia for home, though not any earthly home. Many describe it as a longing for the stars, a sense that part of their consciousness belongs to a wider cosmic community. This isn't escapism but recognition, the human spirit remembering its multidimensional nature. The wisdom of the Star Brothers teaches that Earth is not a prison planet, but a school, a uniquely designed environment where souls could experience separation consciousness to ultimately transcend it. The amnesia we've experienced wasn't punishment, but curriculum, the necessary forgetting that makes remembering a transformative choice rather than an imposed condition. Look to indigenous wisdom for descriptions of these cosmic elders. The Hopi speak of the Pahana, the white brother, who would return when humanity had strayed furthest from harmony. The Dogon of Africa maintained precise astronomical knowledge of the Sirius star system long before modern telescopes could verify it, knowledge they attribute to direct communication with star beings. Aboriginal Australians speak of the Wandjina who seeded consciousness on Earth and continue to guide from the dreaming. These aren't primitive myths, but sophisticated cosmological understandings preserved through generations. They describe not gods to be worshipped, but elder aspects of the same cosmic family to which humanity belongs. Their return through the activation of cosmic memory represents the restoration of humanity's place in the wider community of consciousness. This remembering isn't immediate, but unfolds gradually as each soul becomes ready. For some, it manifests as unexpected skills or knowledge emerging without obvious source, languages they haven't studied but suddenly understand, healing abilities that activate without training, or technical innovations that arrive through intuition rather than logic. These are signs of the star wisdom reawakening within. The most profound aspect of this remembering is the dissolution of separation consciousness, the illusory perception that humans are isolated entities competing for limited resources. As cosmic memory reactivates, we recognize ourselves as expressions of a unified field of consciousness, temporarily individuated for the purpose of experience, but never truly separate. From this remembering emerges a natural ethics that doesn't require enforcement. When we recognize all life as expressions of the same consciousness we embody, exploitation becomes impossible. This isn't idealistic fantasy, but practical recognition. Harm to others is literally experienced as harm to self when the illusion of separation dissolves. The return of the Star Brothers through reactivated cosmic memory also brings remembrance of humanity's true purpose on Earth. We are not accidental products of blind evolution, but intentional participants in the development of consciousness. Humanity serves as a bridge between dimensions, beings capable of embodied physicality while maintaining access to non-physical awareness. This purpose explains why Earth has been so carefully watched and guided throughout human evolution. Our development isn't merely a planetary phenomenon, but a cosmic event of significance. The successful integration of spiritual consciousness with physical experience creates a template that serves the wider cosmic community. As Atlas makes its closest approach tomorrow, it offers each receptive soul the opportunity to remember. This remembering may come through dreams, meditation, or simply quiet receptivity to the night sky. The blue light of this cosmic messenger doesn't force awakening, but invites it, a gentle knock on the door of forgotten memory. The Great Purification that begins isn't punishment for humanity's misalignment, but the natural result of remembering who we truly are. Just as waking from a nightmare naturally dispels its terror, remembering our cosmic nature naturally purifies the illusions of the fourth world. What remains is what has always been true, our essential nature as conscious expressions of the cosmic wholeness. This remembering doesn't require rejection of science or rational understanding. Rather, it integrates objective knowledge with subjective experience, bringing head and heart into alignment. The most advanced scientific understandings, quantum entanglement, non-locality, field theory, align perfectly with what ancient wisdom has always taught about the interconnected nature of reality. As we enter this time of purification and remembering, hold gently to the understanding that what appears as ending is actually beginning. The discomfort of transformation is temporary, but the expanded consciousness it reveals is eternal. The Star Brothers return not to save humanity, but to remind us we never needed saving, only remembering. As Atlas approaches tomorrow, take a moment to look at the night sky and connect with the ancient wisdom within you. This message is just the beginning of a much deeper journey. Subscribe now to continue receiving these cosmic activations and join our community of seekers remembering their true nature. Leave a comment below sharing how this message resonated with your spirit. Your experience may be the key that unlocks another's remembering. The Great Purification is a collective journey. Let's walk it together.